What up, YouTube? Welcome back to When Nice Guys Retaliate. Ironically, we've been talking about living in a woman's mind. And in this particular lighting, does she see in a good light or does she see in a bad light? A good light would be, as the man that you are, willing to take care of her, you know what I mean? She take care of you, you have a good relationship, and you live happily ever after. Now, in a bad light, a woman can look at you as basically a money pot. You know what I'm saying? She can see you as a sugar daddy. She can see you as a mark. She can see you as somebody that just listens to her for hours on end. And even in that latitude of solace, she can even find comfort and want to be with you just because you're willing to give her attention. That might be just enough for her to even want to stay with you or even stay in a relationship with you. Now, that doesn't mean she likes you sexually, or she might even like the way you think. But because you're willing to give her attention or more attention or enough attention, she might be willing to be with you just based on that. She can also, like I said, see you as a sugar daddy. And that meaning that she wants you to be her sugar daddy and wants you to understand that you're her sugar daddy. And so she might be in the illusion that you want to be her sugar daddy only. And if you think about a sugar daddy doesn't necessarily mess around, you know what I'm saying, with the baby or the female. Now, in some cases, depending on how she looks at the dude, she may understand that to be something she has to do. But I think it depends on the dynamic of the relationship. And so she could be in a situation where she understands she needs to give it up sometimes, you know, to make her sugar daddy happy. Or she could be in a situation where she believes that the sugar daddy, she can manipulate the sugar daddy, still get money, still get money, still get support, and still not have to give anything up. So that could also be a dynamic. And just a reminder, we're talking about how does she see you in her head, not you see yourself in your head, or it's how does she see you? Because she can see you as just somebody to get over on, that, you know, she just comes around every once in a while. And so she looks at you as the bill bearer. You're the nice guy, bill bearer. You ask, you Santa Claus, you give it to her. And so it's very important that you find out how you look, how she sees you in her mind. Because she could see you as being one of the most unattractive people she's ever known in her life. And that can stay in her head because that's just the way she sees you. She can see you as somebody that she just simply, that she just simply can manipulate how she wants you. And she may even get off on the idea of her being able to manipulate you in one direction or another. Get you to give her money, be a shoulder to cry on, just by shedding a few tears. She might even use tears to manipulate you, and a lot of women do use their tears to manipulate you as a man, and then they can use her same tears to manipulate another man against you. And so you have to be real careful how she sees you. And then on top of that, some women can be manipulated by other men to deceive you. Whereas you may have a woman, she says, well, you know, I know this, she's looking at you, she may not consider you as being, confident. And her being around you, she may use that as a booster to you to make you think that you can get her. But in reality, she's actually using you to get money for the boyfriend that she really likes. So she's just using you as a go-between, or the boyfriend is potentially using you as a go-between with her, and so to take money from you. Or the woman could be so in love with the boyfriend that she is willing to do anything, manipulate anybody to get money for him, and you could be just that person. And so there's a lot of dynamics to how women can manipulate you, and there's only a narrow dynamic of a woman who actually looks at you for who you are. And that woman that looks at you for who you are is going to, in most cases, if she has any training to be a woman, she's going to reciprocate love to you or respect to you in multiple ways to make you feel like you're not just giving into a black hole. She's not going to be a leech to you. On the other hand, I believe you can have a woman who hasn't been taught how to treat a man, but her heart is so willing that you can actually teach her how to treat a man, and she won't take offense to it. She'll actually appreciate you teaching her how to be a woman. She'll be the one who will learn how to cook because you are that man that she wants. You know what I'm saying? Because she sees you as a man that's going to love her, take care of her. She's going to feel safe with you. And because of that, she's going to be willing to basically learn how to nurture you as a man, because you're reciprocating the love that she's never received, or the love that she actually knows she desires. Because I believe you have some women who are so in touch with their feelings that even though they may not have the best training and upbringing, they actually have that sensitivity that a certain man is good, and that certain attributes and characteristics as well as the actions of a man are what is really love. And I can say that because there are a lot of women today who are very smart, they're very well educated, but they have no idea what love is, because they've been tainted by TV, social media, and in a lot of cases they've been so distorted by feminism that they don't even believe love exists anymore. So in their mind, there is nothing you can actually do to actually prove that you're a good man, even though you may be doing all the actions of a good man. You may be loving her, you may be respecting her, you may be taking care of her, you may be doing everything you need to do to take care of a woman, and any sensible woman would appreciate it. But because she has been so brainwashed by feminism, she will see even the best qualities about you as painful or abusive to her in some way, form, or fashion, because she is unable to see you as a good man. And those type of women are simply not worth your time. You know what I mean? In fact, if she says she's a feminist, I would almost just drop her right in there. Like, you know what? Sorry. I can't deal with feminists. You know what I'm saying? Pay for the dinner. Deuces. Be out. You know what I'm saying? And I can say that for two different reasons. One, get you out of the situation. Two, if she's a woman that claims to be feminist but is actually more traditional than feminist, then she might drop all that feminism stuff just to be with you, if she's that into you. Because there are some women that'll drop all their beliefs just to be with you. You know what I'm saying? I don't think that's necessarily good in all cases. You know what I'm saying? Especially if you're like an atheist and you're dating a Christian woman, I don't think that's good. You know what I'm saying? Because I think Christianity in itself has so much wisdom in it, especially about love, that it's hard to ignore. But most people aren't going to be active enough to go and research it. They're just going to believe somebody else. You know what I'm saying? And I'm just not that type of person. If you tell me about Christianity or about atheism, Islam, or something like that, I would rather find out myself or find out from somebody who's in that faith before I just make a judgment on it, you know. But that's just me. I don't just believe what people say. Kind of like racism, sexism, all this other junk. I mean, a lot of that stuff is based on stereotypes. And so it's better to find out who a person is for themselves, right, for yourself, than it is to rely on somebody else's commentary or opinion of it. And the second reason for that is just because they've been somebody else, they've been someone, a certain persona to somebody else, that doesn't mean they're going to be that same person to you. They could have been a 3 or 4 to everybody else, but to you they could be a wife. Now that's a stretch, okay? But that's an extreme example of basically what I'm talking about. So you could have somebody who's just always messing up, you know what I'm saying, intentionally. But when they get around you, you might be able to explain it in a way that helps them to get it right, or remember a certain task the right way, and they might be able to actually thrive under you as a leader, whereas 95% of the other people, they didn't have a chance because they didn't know how to talk to them, or they were on a different communication wavelength. And so again, you want to know how you look in her mind, and how she treats you is going to be a good indication of how she sees you in her mind. And so you got to be paying attention. And you got some women that are just not very, I mean, there's just so, I'll just say this. You have some women that are so bold, so honest, and so arrogant that they'll tell you to your face. And so sometimes it doesn't hurt to just ask them straight up, how do you see me? You know what I'm saying? Husband, friend, somebody to take advantage of, X, Y, Z. You know what I mean? And then find out that way. But don't make up your mind. Don't let down your guard until you figure out how she sees you in her head. But I think that's pretty much, well, I'll stop it right now. But that's what happens when nice guys retaliate. Yeah, I'll take care. Hey, like, comment, subscribe. Tell me what you think.